Welcome, Hossam. It's nice to have you with us. We're going to ask you some questions today about your experience with Estenove.
Yeah,
So, you've been in our Estenove family for a long time
yeah.
now.
It was like ages now.
Feels like ages. And it's a very good partnership and relationship, I think, on our end. Thank you so much for all your efforts, by the way. I wanted to ask you about your hair transplant journey, how you found us. Was it easy? How our service was? I want to start with that initially.
Yeah, no problem. Nice to meet you all. My name's Hossam. So I found Estenove through a literally so much research. I was researching what the best hair clinic was to get my hair transplant, and my wife was helping me. So I was looking through TikTok, Google, all the possible places you could think of. And in the end, we managed to reach Estenove through one of my friend's mouth as well. And that's how I ended up knowing about you guys, and I reached out to you guys. Um, in terms of how it's been, so I'm coming up close to my 1 year anniversary since my hair transplant, and already, I mean, my hair's looking okay. That's what I think. It's a massive difference to how it originally started off. So I had a lot of hair loss around the front areas. I didn't have any hairline, and it really affected my personal, just my personal well-being, really, and my confidence. But since having the hair transplant, honestly, it's been so good. When I was there, the team really looked after me, and even the post-operation, these guys were constantly answering my questions. I was bombarded them with so many questions, and regardless of the time, these guys always helped to answer all my questions. So honestly, I'll give them a 5-star review.
Thank you so much. That's amazing to hear on our end. How do you think that getting a hair transplant affected your social life?
So in terms of my social life, I don't really think it had an impact on it as such. I think it was more of an impact of how I felt internally and my own confidence. I think I was still going out and socially, because I'm a quite confident guy, I didn't really affect it to that extent where I wasn't going out. But in terms of my own confidence, it did really have an impact on that. I'm quite young. I'm 24 at the moment. So previously, when I lost my hair, I was a lot younger. So it did really have an impact on me.
Um, the age is very important, of course, because having this done at a younger age, I'm sure, boosted your confidence in a, gradually
Yeah.
faster way. So I can understand how you feel. How soon did you return to your normal life after the hair transplant procedure?
I would say maybe after 3 months, I felt confident again to just go about my normal day-to-day life and not thinking that I've just had a hair transplant, because the first month is always awkward because you've just come out your hair transplant. It looks a bit funny in the sense that you can kind of tell that you've had a hair transplant. But after 3 months, it was honestly like it was just my hairstyle. But people complimenting my hairstyle as if I did it on purpose. But honestly, after 3 months, I think everything was back to normal.
That's super, by the way. That 3 months, is a fast period of time to get
Yeah.
back on track. How do you think that, Istanbul, what part did Istanbul play in your hair transplant journey?
So I'm from UK at the moment. I live in UK, and the medics here, they always say, make sure you come to UK, play it safe, etc., etc. And there's sometimes a negative field around going to Istanbul to get your hair transplant. And when I came to Turkey, when I came to Istanbul, the center point, I think all them worries that I originally had, they all went out the window. I was like, wow, I'm surrounded by the best of the best. The doctors that I met at Estee Nove, you could really tell that these guys were experienced. When I was talking to my surgeon, when I was talking to the doctor, you really just felt confident in their skills because you was going to get looked after. And then being in Istanbul itself, it was honestly like it was like a two-in-one experience. I got to explore this beautiful city whilst also getting a hair transplant. So honestly, it was like an amazing thing for me.
That's amazing as well. Thank you for your supportive answer. We usually do the touristic days for our influencers to, explore the city, try Turkish cuisine and everything. We had
uh
a very good time together, so I remember.
know how much I love food, so for me, it
Yeah.
was.
So that's very good on our part. Thank you again. How was the transition? Like the third month, the 6 month, the 9 month? How was your transition?
Yeah.
What did you feel like, when the hair was growing? Were you scared? How did it affect your life? How were your friends and family reacting towards your transition?
So I kept a really good note of how it was from day one to where I am at now. Every month I was taking videos and pictures to just see my own journey, and I posted that on my social media. Um, I think the first 3 months is when you're going through the shedding phase, and sometimes it can be a bit longer. So then you're like, oh, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Then after 4 months onwards, till I would say about 6 months, I could really start to see the hairs grow, and you felt like, wow, like you can see where the journey's going to be. And it's hard because sometimes it's like you feel a bit impatient because you just want to get there to the end goal straight away. But over time it was slowly getting better and better, and the people around me, they were noticing, they were saying, oh Hossam, your hair looks a lot thicker. um I'll say 6 months onwards, it was like I was back into my normal steam of things, really. I think, I don't know if I'm lucky or what happened, but the operation went that well that I just felt like I was back up and running to normal from 6 months, really.
So you saw the process speed up after the 6 month, probably, right?
Yeah, it definitely accelerated, and I think what I was expecting, I already reached that milestone at the 6 month stage, and now it's even better than what I was originally expecting. Because I had no hair whatsoever at the front, like in these areas here
Yeah.
and here. I literally had no hair whatsoever, so I was just expecting some sort of growth, and it's fully grown out, which is more than what I was originally expecting.
Perfect. Perfect. How do you think that our aftercare team was?
Also, so they formed a WhatsApp group chat for me, and that's how I kept in contact with the team for the aftercare. Um, like I said previously, I asked them so many questions throughout the process, stuff like, when can I go to the gym? Can I do this? Can I do that? How's my hair looking? Is this okay? And then I'll send them pictures of sometimes when I'll feel like I was a bit concerned about something. And they was honestly always there to answer my queries, answer my questions. Sometimes I asked silly questions, but regardless of whatever question it was, the team was there and open to answer my questions. So I can't fault them.
Super. I'm really happy to hear that because Estenove really cares about
Yeah.
patients, beginning process and after process because
Honestly, no, because it's not like you pay for something and then you've done your operation and then, the team's throwing you out. They literally keep you in forever, really. Like, even if I was to message, I think in 2 years' time, they would still give me the same love and support that they gave me prior to my operation, which I think that's the big difference between you guys and other people. You do really take time and you care about your patients.
thank you. Makes me very honored to hear that. I have a last question. What do you think that the social implications of getting a hair transplant is? Maybe in England, perhaps you can
Yeah.
share your perspective on this with us.
So I think previously, it was something that was not really spoken about within the younger generation of men. You know, people weren't as confident to speak about getting a hair transplant or potentially to take the step to get a hair transplant. They would just accept their hair loss and let it affect their confidence. I think from a social perspective now, especially in UK, a lot more people are speaking about it. They're more confident to just go get it done, because at the end of the day, you're just fixing something that was originally there. Um, it's not like you're doing this massive cosmetics procedure to make you look like something that you're not. It's literally just restoring what was originally there. So I think a lot of people socially, especially in the UK, understand that and are a lot more willing to just go get it done, because you're just restoring what was originally there.
True. And of course, everyone can have a different perspective on this. But
Yeah,
exactly how you said, it's about perception. And, some cultures are different. So they might have different opinions
yeah.
on, fixing something that is there or not. So
I
I,
think,
I understand.
the biggest thing that I'll say to the listeners, to whoever's listening, to this short video today. You'll be shocked about how many people don't care. And I know it sounds funny me saying that, but you can get a hair transplant the day after when your head's swollen, whatever. You can be walking down the street. Nobody cares. A lot of people sometimes are worried about what people think of them, or what, how they're perceived when they go into the workspace environment, etc. Honestly, everyone's so busy doing their own thing in their life that they don't honestly care about what you've done with your own hair. So I would say just don't worry about what anyone else thinks. And if you want to do it, then do it for yourself.
That's very good advice. Thank you so much. Hossam, it was very nice having you with us today. Thank you for answering our questions very honestly and openly. It's an honor to have you as a patient and as a brand ambassador for Estenove. So thank you so much for your help.
Speak to you again.
Thank you. Have a wonderful time.
You too. Bye.
Bye.